Are we on?
Yes.
Yes. Welcome to Download and Delete.
Welcome, welcome.
I am one of the co-hosts here, Shauna Lucas.
And I am Ty Munsier, innovator and creator of any and everything I put my mind to. Hello.
Hello, welcome to episode 43. Download and Delete. Let me get my life together here.
There we go, 43.
43.
Yes,
Can you believe it?
I can. Yes, it's been a lot of work and a lot of fun.
Well, it has been a lot of fun. And, I feel like we're getting a groove here.
Yeah,
And
Groove theory.
hopefully people like what we're talking about. And we're going to talk about some good stuff today, too. I wonder if you want to start while my computer tries to load up with the motivation
Sure.
moment. Okay.
I want to motivate people to drink cold water. For
Are
real.
you saying that because I have water here?
No, but I drink water with like those like little Skittles packets in it, and my friend was like, "You such a baby, you gotta drink water." But I'm like, I really drink like cold water like a lot. Like sometimes I have like this gallon, and I'll just fill it up with cold water, alkaline water, and I'll just drink that. But you're not supposed to drink too much alkaline water. You know that, right?
Well, and then you got to watch the numbers. Did you know about that
Yes,
too?
the
Yeah.
numbers,
I don't know
yeah.
what the number
And
range
then
is
for
supposed
women,
to be.
you don't
but-
want to throw your pH balance off. Too much
Well-
alkaline water can make your cuckoo thing.
Oh,
Did
stop.
you know that?
No.
It's the truth.
Why are we talking about cuckoos all of a sudden in popular culture? I am so tired of this.
I don't know why
all
I
of these
went
sound
there.
bites about
But anyway.
women's vaginas and how they smell. I'm like, okay,
But it
y'all
can
need
make
to stop.
men's private smell musty too. So it's just not women. It's just it's anybody's pH
Okay.
balance, but it's like more prevalent with women. So it's all it can knock your pH balance off. You could be musty if you're
Oh
drinking
my
too
God,
much.
y'all are obsessed with women's
could.
reproductive organs.
I'm obsessed with no woman's reproductive organ. I want no say in it.
Sexual organs. I
I
think those would
cannot
be.
look at it.
Oh
It
my
could be like the
gosh.
Barbie. Like women can be
Don't
made
even
like
wanna
the
see it.
Barbie, and I'll be fine, and I'll be cool. Like, oh, okay, yeah, and just
Oh.
pop a baby in the oven. But yeah, just drink some water, some cold water.
Motivated
Ain't
by
nothing like a
hydration.
jar. Yep, a jar full of ice and cold water.
Well, thank you for the this.
Yes,
one
you
right
like
here.
drinking water out of a jar?
Well, this is why I have this really large thermos. It's 16 ounces, just like my other one that was taller is, but it's like wide mouth.
I'm talking about like a ghetto pickle jar that you've recycled
Oh,
and made like a
jeez.
cup.
Yeah, well, maybe I did. I mean, my grandmother would save everything. Like she was the original conservationist or
I
whatever,
think
like
those are the best cups of
environmentalist.
water.
Yeah, they are best. And I like mason jars. Drinking
Yeah.
water and stuff out of mason
Yeah.
jars. I think that's
Or a
it's like you
tin.
put your hand around it. It's just
Or
like
a tin, even like at restaurants, they bring you like the tin can full of water.
a tin can.
Remember we used to go to your favorite spot across the street from the police station. What's it called?
Bitter cube.
Bitter Cube, and they used to come with a tin can. It used to be full of like cold water. It used to taste so good.
Just
We used to
because
drink
it
out
like
the tin
hit that
cans.
aluminum or
I
whatever.
guess, yeah. The water used to taste so good out of a tin can. So yeah, I'm motivating everybody to drink water.
Okay, good. Well,
go.
let's see. I'm gonna be a little different with my motivation because it is election week. There's a primary happening.
Dun, 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 dun.
So as we're recording this on Sunday, when
Yes.
we usually record, there'll be a primary Tuesday.
This Tuesday.
Yes.
Tony,
Primary
you ready to
election.
vote this Tuesday?
Yep.
I don't know who to vote for.
Well, let's help you with that.
You're in the right place. Download and delete will help you. You know.
Well, I wasn't going to really get into the ballot. I will a little bit just because of what
can
I want to
touch on
mention,
it.
but I wanted to talk about yeah, this relates to what we're going to end up talking about today. We want to talk about the hashtag Save Public Allies situation that's been floating around and people wanting to bring awareness to what the organization Public Allies was going through. And we'll get into that because, but I want to talk about the primary happening on Tuesday, and it's a big one because it's really impacts us. The offices impact us directly. So it's the governor's race, the lieutenant governor's on the ballot. That's an elected position. I think state treasurer. We have Congress and Senate. So really important races that are occurring in Wisconsin. And Wisconsin has been the center of a lot of commentary about how what we do here will probably inform what will happen around the country in terms of how Republicans are making a lot of moves to change election law because of their conspiracy theories and outright lies about the election, the last presidential election when Joe Biden was elected. So they've done things like right now, one of the former Supreme Court justices is. I didn't even know that was playing. Kamala. One of the old Supreme Court justices, Michael Gableman, has been spending lots of taxpayers' money to investigate voter fraud with the last election. They are proposing changes like changes to electoral politics, what observers can do, what voters can do. In other states, they've banned passing out food and water bottles in the line. That's just like an example of the things that they're trying to do to change the law. No more drop boxes as of July, the beginning of July. The Wisconsin Supreme Court took away the ability to just like put you remember drop boxes where you see you can't do that anymore. There's one, I think, in City Hall or at the Election Commission warehouse. And they want to do stuff like abolish the Wisconsin Election Commission, which was actually created by Republicans. They want to change how close observers, or AKA poll watchers, can stand from poll workers. So they want it to be 3 feet. I think now it used to be 10 feet. It is 10 feet now, and they want to change it to like 3 feet. Like you and I are 3 feet away from each other right now.
Stay back.
So, and they want to require elderly and disabled voters to you show a photo ID to get an absentee ballot. And then they just want more control over the election in Wisconsin. So that's on my mind as we go into Tuesday. So hopefully we have a decent turnout.
Near.
It's sounding. It's my mom worked the early voting site at Midtown, and I did some training for some poll workers there, and it's been slow. So, I'm worried, but it's a primary. So whatever, people
really don't get involved unless it's the presidential election.
Yeah. Well, this is a big one though.
This should be. Yeah. It should be known that this
we can get Ron Johnson's ass out of there.
Yeah. It's about time.
Yeah. It's about that time. So, we'll see what happens in November. That's when it really counts. We don't have a referendum, which we probably should have taken the opportunity to do that, they did in Kansas, did you hear about that, where they protected the constitutional right to abortion. I think in their primary, I think it was their primary. I don't know if there was their election.
They thought ahead.
Yeah, they thought ahead. So we, I don't think that's happening. I'm pretty sure it's not happening for November. But I'm saying all that because we also have some public ally former public ally alumni, whatever.
Either
so
or.
More than one would be alumni,
tomato.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So there are some folks that are actually on the ballot this year that were public allies alum. And we're going to talk about public allies. So one person that is on the ballot is Darren Madison, and he is running for the 10th Assembly District, which was recently redrawn. So it expanded to parts of Glendale. And other parts, I think it reaches Shorewood and Milwaukee. And David Bowen had that seat, who is also Public Allies alumni. And he had that seat since 2015, but then he decided not to seek re-election because he wanted to be lieutenant governor. But then he dropped out of that race because his mother died, and I think he just wanted to focus on family at the time. So now he's not holding any office. And but Darren Madison, who worked with David's organization, Urban Underground, one of the Public Allies partner organizations.
Urban Underground.
Yes, Urban Underground.
So
they're both Urban Underground alum and both Public Allies alum.
So that has abolished as well. Urban Underground.
No,
right?
it's still going.
It's still going.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're
Oh.
still doing their
So
thing.
they didn't cooperate. Is corporate a word?
I don't think so.
Oh,
What
we
do you
can
mean?
make it a
Like
word.
they went corporate? Is that
Yeah.
what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Corporatize? Is that a word?
Corporatize,
I don't know.
corporize,
Maybe not.
incorporate. They
Capitalized.
haven't incorporated them.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. I don't think so. But where was I? You made me lose my. Okay. So anyway, he's on the ballot for he's running. So there, he's also another person who's running with him. I don't know if it's against because they're both Democrats trying to come out of the primary. Is the mayor of Glendale, Brian Kennedy?
The mayor of Glendale.
Yeah, I can't believe Glendale has a mayor.
No.
I know. It's crazy.
I'm the mayor of Glendale.
Right. Okay. So, and also another person who's Public Allies alum on the ballot is Jonathan Brostoff. He's running. So he's a state legislator right
Jonathan.
now. Yeah.
Such a cool guy.
He is the 19th district representative for the state assembly. And now he's trying to be a alderman. He's trying to take over Nick Kovac's seat in Milwaukee, who was just appointed the city's budget and management director or whatever. So he's leaving the common council. Nick Kovac, Jonathan's he's running for the seat for the 3rd District 3 in Milwaukee.
Okay.
And he is a Public Allies alum, Jonathan Brostoff. And one more person I wanted to mention, because this is election season and like people who are politically involved and like making moves in the city, is our friend Vanessa Yanis, who is currently the deputy director for the Milwaukee office of Governor Tony Evers. So she took this job last October, but she was also involved in politics when she worked for Tammy Baldwin, Senator Tammy Baldwin's office. So so these are people like really out there doing work in pushing the movement forward and like embodying like the values that I guess we learned with Public Allies. Maybe we brought them to Public Allies. I don't know if you think that, but
I think we brought and then we learned a lot.
Yeah, we did learn though. So yeah,
cup was half empty. I mean half full.
Half full for sure.
Half full because I did have something to bring.
You definitely had a lot to bring. That's why they chose you.
I know. So that's why I'm saying it was like cup was half full, and then they put their little stuff on, and the cup was full, and then we drank from the gallo.
Oh, here you go. So that was my motivation moment. We'll get into our downloads when you're ready.
I just want to download on everybody going through like a lot of hectic things right now, and knowing that I don't know, maybe it's the transition between the summer and fall or autumn. Autumn and fall is the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So autumn is what they use in the UK.
We use autumn too. I think we say autumn.
I think autumn is more like the East Coast more so than the West Coast, Midwest. Midwest uses fall. Anyway, the fall's my favorite season. So it's a lot of it's usually like a lot of confusion and like a lot of melee around this time. Parents are getting their kids ready for school.
Yep.
It's a transition between the leaves blooming and now falling off, and that can be kind of depressing to people. So in this time of melee and confusion, I just want to encourage people and download on taking one day, one moment at a time. That's it. That's all.
One moment at a time. That's
one moment at a time. That's all. Because don't focus on what happened or what's going to happen. Just focus on what's happening right now. Because we cannot control the future, and we damn sure can't go back to the past. So just focus on the now. What can you control today? And if you can't fix it today, why am I finna cry over it?
I like that idea of being very present. I took this like a strengths inventory recently.
Okay.
And one of my qualities or one of my strengths is that I'm futuristic. So I wondered about that, because I wonder if that means that it's hard for me to like be present.
Be present.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think you can be like a futuristic person. Like maybe you're from the future, but you're just living in the now, and everybody else is catching up to you.
Mm,
You know, like your sense of thinking is so futuristic, but you can still live in the now. Like you just don't think like everybody else. You don't see things like everybody else. So maybe that's it.
okay, yeah, you're right. I like that. I like thinking like that.
Take it. Take the
I'll take
compliment,
that. I will
Shauna.
take it. Okay.
What are you downloading today, Shauna? What's on your mind?
Okay, so I just um I don't know, I was just looking at and thinking about this whole situation with public allies that's
Mm-hmm.
happening now. It's not a lot of news coverage about it,
It's not.
really. I mean, there's buzz probably on Facebook. I heard there are memes, but I'm not on Facebook, so I don't know anything about that.
Hashtags.
Yeah, I heard about
Yeah.
this, but I can't get access to stuff, so maybe I am missing out on something.
I think it's some on Instagram. If
Are
you just
there?
put hashtag save public allies, I think some will come up.
Oh, well, I didn't think to do that. But anyway, so what happened is Public Allies recently went through a quote unquote restructuring, and it was pretty sudden and it
Pretty
was
sudden. It was
impactful.
they left work one day and the next day they didn't have a job.
I
That's
know, and they found out like the
crazy.
day of that they were laid. Someone called them and said you're laid off or whatever.
What?
Wouldn't you be happy if somebody said
No.
you don't have to come to work anymore and we'll just give you your money for like a year?
If they were giving me my money for a year, did they get a
Apparently they got
severance?
severance, but I don't know.
But severance still ain't gonna make sure. You know, when you
Let me stop being insensitive because like what do you that would probably cause a little panic.
in
Like what am I gonna do?
some situations, a lot of people are. This is one of my questions. Oh, we got to get to the questions. In some situations, people are able to take advantage of those times where they don't have to work. And sometimes, in certain situations, it's some people that are living check to check and they are dependent on that. So to say you have 6 months of severance, that 6 months is going to go. So imagine how fast 2020 has gone.
Yeah, I see that. I
You
feel
know,
that. I think and that reminds me of like what they said about who was fired. They said like 58% were black women. So over half of the people who were fired were black women. But Public Ally says, well, that's just because we got a lot of black women who
we got
work
a lot
here
of women
anyway,
here.
you know.
So
But folks still said that the people of color in Public Allies was at 73%. Like 73% of the employees were people of color before the restructuring, and then after it was 57% of the people of the employees or staff were people of color after the restructuring.
mm,
So it's yeah. So what that made me think about how okay, well, Public Allies really. I mean, I'm not saying that because I worked there for like almost 5 years, but
yeah.
Public Allies hire some really talented people, and it attracts really intelligent and innovative thinkers and strong black women and strong women of color, and it allows a lot of opportunities for people to lead and like be who they are and do their thing. But I stayed for too long. That was too long.
You know what?
3-4 classes is like it's time to go.
Before we get too deep, explain what Public Allies is, Shauna,
Oh,
and
okay.
your deepest educational tone.
Okay, so should I try to explain it and then you take a shot at it after I try to?
No, you're the master at PhD.
No, I would love to put your perspective.
Okay, so you tell us what Public
I'm going to try to
Allies.
keep it real
I'll tell
short.
you what it meant to me. How about
okay,
that?
okay.
Okay.
So, I mean, if I had an elevator speech, that's like the one where you're supposed to get
increased civic participation.
yeah,
I know all that
right.
stuff.
You
Yeah.
know, advances leaders to whatever, blah
We
blah
pick
blah.
leaders from each side, each community to come together.
Yeah, like all those words, all those nonprofit buzzy words like community development and asset mapping and cultural awareness and leadership development and all those buzzy nonprofit words. But It is nonprofit. It's an AmeriCorps program, so it's funded by the federal government, mostly. Besides some other fundraised dollars that go to sites, but
Working for the feds.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, AmeriCorps is Department of National Service or whatever. Um, the Corporation for National Service. I think it's. I don't know. Don't. I don't want to start getting into the weeds, but and it has a group of about 20 to 30 young people. In our time, it was from 18 to 24, I think, and now there is no age limit. You could be any age
Oh, I didn't
in
know
Public
that.
Allies, right?
Wow.
So, and you work at a nonprofit for 10 months to
Mhm.
serve hours there while you get paid as an apprentice, is what you're called. And you
4
work at
days a
lots of
week.
different nonprofits across the city, all the ones you can think of. There, probably have had an ally, even Milwaukee Public Schools, even, the county court system, even,
Even nonprofits have.
nonprofits, governments,
Mhm.
yeah, have had allies. And then on Fridays, you get together and they do leadership development training with different speakers from around the city. And there are retreats and there are um, team building activities
Mhm.
all throughout the experience. And the idea is that, you get the tools you need to go out into the world and, embody a certain type of value system that you want to bring out there and
To
you
your
want to put in the world,
community.
right? So, I mean, and a lot of that is related to the feedback process, is related to like being shown how to be self-aware,
Mhm.
and being accountable for other people. The team service project was a part of that, being accountable for other people, having to fulfill a specific amount of volunteer hours, being accountable to the community. Um, and of course, mid-year retreat.
Mid-year retreat. Oh.
Okay, mid-year retreat. Yeah. So a whole psychological experiment that thing is.
Yes. And if you're not open to it, you definitely won't get anything out of it. But if you're open to it, you'll get something. I think we were hypnotized, were we?
I don't know. People call Public Allies liberal boot camp.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It can be. If you're not as strong, I don't know. I don't want to say that because I think everybody is strong minded, but some people are able to be swayed still in certain directions. But I think that's the goal of it all,
Mm. To be swayed.
to be persuaded to think differently than what you've been accustomed to thinking.
Mm.
Because for me, I was so narrow minded, and Public Allies actually opened up my eyes. It's kind of cultish.
How so cultish though? Because we had people. There were all different types of political
Yeah.
ideologies. I mean,
It sure was.
there were a few conservatives in our
There
group.
definitely
Yeah.
was. So I don't want to say it was cultish.
Mhm.
I think it was more like a sorority fraternity kind of thing, like the in crowd. I don't know, like
Cult is different.
Yeah, a cult is different. A cult is saying you
Cult,
can't
isn't it usually
participate
centered
in
around
anybody
a
else's
person?
beliefs but what we're telling you to believe in. And Public Allies saying is you have to believe in everybody else's belief and be okay with everybody else's belief if you want people to be okay with yours ideas and beliefs. So that's kind of what Public Allies is. So it's kind of anti-cult. So let me not say that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'll say it's more like a sorority fraternity because it's like a brother sisterhood. Like these are people you'll have relationships with forever.
That's better.
And you can get Public Allies from around the world and they can come together and it'll just be like a bond because they've gone through this 10-month experience that is life changing.
There needs to be Public Allies London.
I would love to.
Public Allies Ghana.
I think there needs to be a Public Allies reality show.
Ooh.
Where it's just you get the film for the 10 months and people get to see like the before you and the after you.
Oh my God, I would not watch that. I would be so annoyed. Allies are so annoying.
They
like
would
the ones that are going through the
lost.
program, they're just like so open and like so needy and it's just so annoying.
Crying.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
For that 10 months, those people become your family. Like our class really shining like we are family.
Yeah.
We'll meet up like just out the whim, like 4 or 5 of us can meet up. I
Yeah,
think you
it's
should.
interesting.
I really think you should. It's like your mind will be so. It was some ideas, some ideologies I had that totally got obliterated in thought. Like some tears I had to shed, some
Mm-hmm.
understandings I have that everybody ain't gotta like you,
Mm-hmm.
and that's okay. That don't mean I want to like kill you. I just
Yeah.
don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
And some people just don't have that understanding where they have to be like liked all the time. Like you have to like me. And I think in my earlier years, because I did public allies when I was 23. Damn, was that almost 20 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm dating myself because I'm
So
only
it's 2000. Yeah, almost 20 years ago. Because
yeah, almost that was 2004, 2003, right?
2003, 2004. Right.
Wow. Wow. I was only like 11 when I did public allies. So, but for real, it was the most gratifying experience of my adult life. And I'm so glad I did that. Thank you, Dante Merriweather. I wanted him to be a part of the show because he actually told me to do public allies because he was the year before us. He was at church. But I wanted to thank him for telling me. He was like, you got to do this because we were in House of Infinity together. And he was like, you got to do public allies. This is for you. They're going to love you. And I was like, yeah. Got in.
What was your placement?
Diverse and Resilient.
Oh, that was a good one.
It was a great one.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the start of Diverse and Resilient.
So you had to wear slacks every day?
No, I got to wear whatever I wanted to. My thing that I learned from Diverse and Resilient, because I learned a lot, was they gave me a list of things to do, and I used to just get the stuff done real quick. And not put like no effort or thought into it.
Oh.
Like there was no extra added-ons, no nothing. No Tyler was put into it. It was just the work was done.
Why? Why did you do that?
Because that's what I was accustomed to all my life in school. Like in the work, get the work done. I have to get this grade. I have to get this work done in order to get the grade I need. So it was no like putting a little extra into it. Diverse and Resilient taught me to put a little extra into it, and it's okay to be who I am.
Wow. That's powerful.
Very powerful. And since that, that was part of my life-changing experience.
Yeah. I had a decent placement too that really showed me how to be a good professional.
Yeah.
For sure. So I was at Cardinal Stritch.
You were.
Yeah. Remember
Stretch.
We used to have those bougie events at the Wisconsin Club? Was it the Wisconsin Club? I think so.
I know y'all used to have a lot of events.
University Club. That's
you
where
worked
it was.
for Cardinal Stretch after your placement, right?
No, I thought that was going to happen, but it didn't. It's all good. It's all good. I got a trip to Mexico out of the deal as an ally. They took me to Guadalajara.
All right.
I know. I was lucky. Such a blessing. But anyway, I think that's really what all I want to say about that. Did you get a chance to describe public? I guess you gave a description. Okay, well, I mean, now
they're doing a whole restructuring.
So they've ended up firing the he resigned. This dude, Jamie Ernesto Uzzetta, resigned.
Either you resign or we're gonna fire you.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. So that's the point it is now. We'll see what they do if they bring people back. I kind of hope that the people who were laid off, found something better or realized that was like sometimes you need that little push. Yeah, they're brilliant.
To help
you should see these people. We used to have these
are people with
annual meetings. Yeah, these people are gorgeous and intelligent. They just really wanted
to work with their communities and really help build this legacy of public allies.
Right.
I think it's a caveat to it. It's like a give and take. Like public allies, tisk. You lost so many good people.
You lost all these people, and everybody was saying, "Oh well, you need to give everybody their job back." It's like, y'all will be lucky if these folks even checking for y'all after this.
They will. Is that the consensus you're getting? Is people like, okay, bye, public allies?
I don't know, because like I said, I don't know. I haven't been keeping up.
What about you? Because you've actually been in the mainframe. You worked in the headquarters of public allies. I know,
it's crazy.
So
you went through a lot.
Was it better to be gone from public allies, or was it better with public allies?
Like, what do you mean? Which was better?
Was your money better with public allies, or was your money better after public allies?
I haven't had to take any cuts. Like every job I've moved, it's because I was able to make more,
exactly.
or
so
move
public
up.
allies was not like, oh, I'm going to miss this.
No, I was done. I was done
You
at
were
that.
allied
It was
out.
like three. I think I had 3 or 4 classes of allies. I was the recruitment director.
That
You
happened so
know,
fast.
it was the whole UWM situation. Being affiliated with them and helping with fundraisers. The auctions, the doodle auctions. It's exhausting.
I
A good
wonder who
class and a
has
bad
those
class.
doodles.
People coming for you. They weren't. It wasn't all rainbows and fairy
No, it's
tales at
not
all.
all.
Like it was
We love
hard.
you. You love me.
Yeah,
No,
no, it
it's
was
not like
no.
that.
People were like coming for me.
And it's full emotion, so you have to take it and you give it
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
So.
you do. So, but I was definitely happy. My time was up. Let's just put it that way.
You
And
have to
I
go.
don't think it's a position where you stay for the long term. It's not a place I mean, there are allies who stay at their placement. Our friend John is one of those people.
And Todd too, right?
Yeah, I think Ty went back to work for the
Yeah.
national office. So some people do that.
Yeah. I love Todd.
Yeah, John been with Adult Learning Center 20 years now.
Yeah, kudos to
So that
him.
stuff happens, but that just wasn't.
You're able to branch off
in the
after, but
cards
there's
for me.
life after it. It definitely opens some doors. The fact that President Bill Clinton started Public Allies.
Oh no, did he? No, it was
Yeah, he
started by.
signed the bill.
He probably started the bill, but
I
that
think,
started by
yeah.
Vanessa Kirsch and some other
But
woman.
he was the president that was in office when Public Allies
Oh,
initially
probably
started.
signed the bill for
Yeah,
the
signed the bill
to
for
allocate the money for
Yeah, I think
national
it was
service or
President
whatever.
Clinton.
Okay, that makes
If I'm
sense.
not mistaken, it was President Clinton.
Okay,
It's
I'll
one
have to
of the
look
things I
that
held
up.
on to.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's my download.
Was that a download? That was a whole show, child. Thank you. No, I'm joking. So, like every show, we like to do our menu questions. Honey, you said you didn't have a spicy question today?
No, I don't.
Oh, well, let me start with a regular question. Are you guys ready? Tom, why don't you participate today? Thank you. In our question segment.
That means you gotta get on the mic so people can hear you.
Okay. Is it okay for Black people to take advantage of government-assisted programs since we haven't gotten our reparations? Or is it being abused?
I'll let Ms. Lucas go first.
Well, poverty is real.
It is.
And Black and brown people are disproportionately a part of that.
I understand that, but do you think that Black people hearing that, Black and brown people hearing that we are, marginally disproportionate to receiving income, being low income, that's making them say, hey, well, since SDC is giving me this rent money, I ain't going to pay my rent. I'm just going to let SDC and these federal funds pay my rent. Not saying that my cousin who working 9 to 5, this is coming out their federal tax money. This is coming out their check. So
Another
they paying
thing
your
is,
rent, actually.
it's kind of expensive to be poor.
How so?
Yeah, it's kind of expensive to be poor. Seriously.
So do you think they're taking advantage of it, or should it be allowed because it's part of us not getting our reparations? Since every other demographic has kind of gotten their reparations.
What other demographic deserved reparations?
The Native Americans.
Okay. You said like it was like every other one. Like, I guess
Jewish
Japanese people did get
Jewish
reparations
people?
too. Yeah. I think
Don't come for me. I really start to. No,
it's not coming for
Welcome
you.
to Download and Do, a conversation between two friends.
Not coming for you. Oh man. Well, yeah, I think I answered that, didn't I? I mean, I don't think it's a form of reparations. It's a social safety net that people have to sometimes.
If you can get food stamps, would you get them?
Well, no, because they need too much information. I don't like that. I don't like people tracking me
Being your income and
like
stuff.
being all up in my business like that.
So you would say no to food stamps. If you can get $360 a month in food stamps, well, you only got one son, so you'll probably get it. And he 18 next year, right?
He's 18 already.
Oh, for real? He grown?
Stop telling people how old I am.
Girl.
Yeah.
I just saw my friend's son walking down the street and he was like a grown man. I said, he got a girlfriend and everything. I feel so old. I remember he was a literal baby. I can remember going to her house, having fun, and he is a baby in the playpen.
Yeah.
And then he's in front of me walking across the street with a girl on his shoulder like, what is going on?
Yeah.
These people are getting old.
Yeah, we're getting old
I'm
too.
stuck in time, Benjamin Button. Tom, what's your thought? Do you think Black people are taking advantage of the system?
Yes, they
are most definitely taking advantage of the system.
So it's not part of our reparation.
No, it is not. You have to remember, like, if you historically look at history, a lot of government funded programs, some of them were started by the African American community, specifically the Black Panthers. So things like WIC, which is something that's definitely there to help, new mothers be able to get into motherhood, but a little stress came from us. After school programs, Black Panther, hell, actually having food at schools, making it a free lunch program. That's us. Those things I get, but things like Section 8, government assistance, stuff like that, we mentally are starting to pre-program our generation that when you make a mistake, immediately go to the government. You're taking advantage of it. You're abusing it. And let's be honest, it's also affecting the Black household. Because certain government programs, you have to be under a certain dollar amount. Therefore, you're not in a rush to find a job. If your rent can be $36, why wouldn't you want it to be $36? You can still get a nice house. You can still get a 3-bedroom apartment. You can still get all these different things. With the rent being at $36, why do I want to go to work? Because the minute I make a regular paycheck,
they're gonna cut my benefits.
And they're gonna cut it down. They're gonna cut my benefits. They're gonna take away my child care funding. So I'll back up a little bit. I won't say that we are abusing it. I feel like we're mentally preparing ourselves to accept it as this is our norm, instead of us trying to get ourselves out of certain situations. So like, we don't want to get better jobs because better jobs will stop us from having this over here. Or we'll quit this job in a heartbeat because I can always go downtown and get on unemployment, or I can always go get government assistance, or I can always go live in housing authority. These are not supposed to be long-term fixes. These are supposed to be temporary fixes. But we don't look at it. We live by this.
You better say it. I feel the exact same way.
And then it's a trickle-down effect because now the Black household is broken.
And it's a trickle-down effect because your daughter have a baby at 14, and now she's
the first thing you tell her to do is go downtown.
You better get on assistance so you can get some WIC, girl.
Right.
Get you some Pampers. You better get some free stuff from the government. And it's okay if that's the things that you need. And it's not even okay that you got to go out and bust your ass because, of course, 6 months out of your time your baby born, get the assistance that you need. Shit, commodity cheese was some good-ass cheese.
It was good.
Black
It was
cheese
so
was fire.
That black cheese made some good ass grilled cheese.
I wonder why they don't make it anymore.
They don't. Somebody told me it's
because what's in the block cheese.
The chemicals that they gave us.
The chemicals they used to
for
make
all
it a
these
block.
big old real booties walking around here.
No, I think it was relatively preservative free, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. While we talking shit about it.
I don't know, man. It was in a plain white box. We don't know.
That shit
yeah,
was
but
good.
the stuff that comes in the can is what you want to worry about, not the little block cheese.
You put that block cheese in the refrigerator or the
Black
pantry.
cheese milk
Man, that
completely
cheese
different
was
than any
so
other
good.
cheese. I
Oh
don't know. I
my
don't care what
God.
you say.
I wonder if they can make it. They should just
Block cheese melt different.
revamp the block
It
cheese,
was
the
so
government
good.
cheese.
Not the Velveeta either.
There was
it wasn't Velveeta. It was
Velveeta
like,
had their own form of block cheese.
maybe that was a
Theirs not
Wisconsin
good.
thing. Okay.
Nah,
The black cheese? Okay. I'm getting to my regular
if you've
question.
been poor, you've had block cheese.
So good.
Okay, so I was trying to theme mine with public allies.
You always do.
So my regular question is, remember we had to do this at the end of our, so at the end of your experience, your 10 months, you've done your placement, you've done your Fridays, you got to like do this presentation in front of like everybody. You got to make a presentation, talk about your experience. And one of the things you had to answer is, I used to be blank, but now I am blank. So I want you to complete that sentence stem.
I used to be narrow-minded. Now I'm open-minded.
Oh, see, you always perform on the spot like that. I love it.
Thank you. I was trained for 10 months by Public Allies, Milwaukee. No, I'm joking. To wrap it back up, Tom.
I was once shy, but now I'm loud as fuck.
Hey.
No, real talk. Like, I used to always keep all my thoughts and ideas to myself.
Because you got older.
But as I got older, I really realized that when you hit 40, you really just don't give a fuck what
At
nobody
all.
thinks. Like, there is nothing anybody can tell you that you either A, can't prove them wrong, or B, you've already done it.
I mean, because in the grand schemes of things, it's like, can I still, and this is so X-rated, as I always am, can I still get a nut? Yep. Can I still make money? Yep. Can I eat? Yep. What else do you need?
You sound like a Future song.
I know, right? Yep.
Like my sister said, if you don't fund me, feed me, or fuck me, I gives no fuck.
And that be true.
Words to live by, I guess.
Here on Download and Delete.
Okay. Do you have a medium?
I do. I have all the questions today.
Mm.
So, do you ever think we will see a world where teachers are paid more than athletes?
Hell no.
No, but we need to do something about paying teachers better, period.
I think so. Because who taught the athletes how to play basketball? The coaches.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think the coaches should make more than the actual athletes or the players?
But you know why the pay structure is the way that it is, though.
Yeah, because the players taking more risk.
Because
it's fruit flies all around here. Like, go away from the building upstairs.
Because the athletes bring in revenue. So for whatever you pay an athlete, athlete is going to bring in at least a minimum of 5 times more than what you're paying them.
Or you hope so.
In most cases, they do. In most cases.
Yeah, and then people pay to see athletes. They don't really pay.
No one pays to see your biology teacher.
The biology teacher taught you how to be who you are. Or like the biology teacher, like Beyonce's opera teacher, taught her how to sing and compose her notes. Shouldn't she get paid as much as Beyonce gets paid to sing?
I feel like the pay structure for teachers definitely need to be increased to at least 6 figures.
I fight for this because my mom was a teacher. So
and I feel the same way because a lot of teachers really are the ones that can make a difference from a kid being behind bars or behind a desk in a boardroom.
Yes,
which could be the biggest difference.
I would say I would just push up on that a little bit and say that what I think is realistic is for us to pay effective teachers better.
Well,
I think that if you give teachers a better base pay, they will care more. So you will get more effective.
To make a minimum of $60,000 a year.
Yeah, that's what most teachers do.
Yeah, I think that should be average. Like minimal. Not all teachers, because I know teachers who not making $60,000.
True. I feel like you should have a better base pay. Because the matter of fact, I'm glad you brought this up the other day. I just happened to see an article where a teacher quit working as a teacher and went to go work at Walmart and is making 3 times more at Walmart.
Oh boy!
I'm not saying it's 100%.
Well, is he a manager? Well,
my friend is a private school teacher, so they pay scale.
See, private school is different because their pay is based on alums and what's being invested into.
I wonder if they make more.
I want to say if they don't make more in base, they definitely get kickbacks.
Maybe at like university school, but I don't think that.
I think public school teachers get more in benefits than
I feel like private schools don't pay.
They don't pay as much.
No, let's get a real private school.
Public school, you taking a risk.
Do you know that
public schools every day you walk in? If there's more than 4 metal detectors at your school, you definitely deserve at least a bump in pay. Hazardous pay.
I saw a job posting for a Catholic school teacher or like a coach or something. You have to be a member of a church.
Well, that makes sense. It's Catholic.
Shauna, what's your next question?
You can't be hiring a Jewish basketball coach
right at the Catholic school.
Like you just gotta be. You have to understand that.
Nagila.
Right.
Oh. So, I recently, I was a part of it was like a ceremony to honor Tanya Mantilla, who was our executive director who passed away last year.
I was not able to make it. I was doing hair.
So they renamed the Public Allies Changemaker Award to the Tanya Mantilla Changemaker Award. And it's awarded to an ally every year.
Have you ever gotten it?
No,
they
I
just
didn't
started it.
Yeah, they started it recently. I don't remember when.
Maybe they'll give y'all Lifetime Achievement Awards.
Ooh. Hey. Can we get like a whammy or something? What do we do to get that?
I don't know.
Okay, never mind. I'm just kidding, kind of. But okay, so what individuals do you think is making a big change in Milwaukee?
Me.
Okay.
I am giving a voice to the voiceless.
Hey, all right.
Good plug, Tom. I don't want to say a specific person. I would say people in different communities. There are a lot of trans leaders here in Milwaukee making a lot of difference. There are a lot of LGBT people, period, making a difference. If that's the side who I'm from, black people, we now have a black mayor. No, governor, right? Was he a mayor? What's that man name?
Cavalier Johnson.
Not Cavalier, the other
Oh,
man.
David Crowley.
David Craw. No, the other man.
How many other black men you
The
thinking?
little black man who just won. He was interim and then he won.
Cavalier.
Cavalier Johnson.
Yeah, and he mayor.
Yeah.
Governor. Okay, so we have a black mayor.
I can
We never
understand
had a
because the
black
name
mayor.
Cavalier Johnson definitely does not scream black,
Well,
unless his dad was a mechanic.
Chevy
We
Cavalier.
have a black mayor, so I think him and knowing the changes that he wants to see with our city. I think he's impactful. I think you, Shauna, you're making a difference. You've been holding
What?
foot at the voting polls and getting the word out here on Download and Delete, and still being an activist for change.
I was not fishing for that.
For black
Out here
for black
activating.
rights and black
Oh,
being a black voter,
activating.
and I think as a black woman, a black mother, woman, educator in the voting political rights, I think you're doing well. So thank
Aw.
you. Kudos to you.
Oh, well, I have somebody too.
Okay, who about you? Who do you think?
Well, I was trying to think about this because thank you for saying that, because I do feel like sometimes in Milwaukee, the same people get recognized for
Yeah.
doing stuff, it's like the same people, especially when they choose black folk, then they, it's the hand chosen few,
Nina
or
Taylor.
whatever, or whoever in the nonprofit world. So
Who was
And I recognize that.
Victory Over Violence. What was her name?
I don't know.
She used to do the Channel 12, Channel 14.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you saying?
But I was thinking there's someone who has been in the spotlight. The family has been in the spotlight, and I just guess I guess I want to raise them up because it's been a while since we've been hearing from them. But the Hamilton family, Maria Hamilton, and Dontre Hamilton's mother, that's Maria Hamilton and their brother. Do you know who that is?
No.
Dontre Hamilton was killed in
Educate
Red Arrow Park
Mhm.
by
I think I just watched that
the
by
police officer Manny, and he was laying on the statue, and they tried to wake him up. The Starbucks people kept calling the police, and police came.
That was downtown, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And they
Okay.
told him not to respond. They just let him sleep or whatever. He went and agitated him. So Dontre Hamilton took his billy club, I think, and hit him with it or something like that.
They
And
got
the
their
officer
settlement.
shot him and killed him. Yeah, I think the police officer did get fired, and whatever else. But that family was very active, especially during the Black Lives Matter movement, and it was like that Dontre Hamilton case that kind of got things going. Like it really built some momentum in the
Okay.
movement, helped build momentum, and she never asked to be in the spotlight, and she really took that with grace. And I think she cares about the city and wants things to be changed, and she shows up. And that family shows up. There's a documentary about them, and
Okay.
so
Shout out to them.
yeah. All right, so I have that was my question. Okay.
This will be my last question.
Oh, okay. I only have one more too. Okay.
Okay, good.
Mm.
What were you doing last night at 11 p.m.? What was you doing, Shauna?
Oh shit! At 11, I think I was like,
She was definitely gone.
damn.
You don't even
11?
remember.
Let me see.
Yeah.
You have video?
She got to check her text.
No.
message.
You got
Yeah, check-
video?
I feel like I was eating a salad.
A
and
salad.
a half Italian beef.
Oh, girl.
And drinking I don't know, some kind of cider, sour beer, and getting into an argument with some people.
Wow. Next time, call me and I'll come so I can diffuse the situation.
Yeah, I needed you to diffuse the situation.
Tom, what were you doing last night at 11 p.m.?
I definitely was eating Qdoba. I know that much.
What were you eating from Qdoba?
I always get a bowl.
Mm.
White rice or brown?
Actually mixed.
I never thought to mix the rice.
I wish
do
I
mix
liked
the beans.
Chipotle because
I
I'd go
mix
get
it.
me some.
I don't like Chipotle. I do
don't like
Qdoba.
Qdoba.
I do Qdoba.
I like my food to be made by an authentic individual.
What is the chicken though? Is that thigh?
And
or
thigh. They all use thigh.
Yes, thigh.
Okay.
I've literally sat them and watched them grill like 20 thighs at one
Mhm.
time on that back kitchen.
they know how to grill them thighs because they be so juicy. When
'Cause
I
it's
cook
an
thighs
actual-
at home, I don't like
and this
it.
is not being racist or anything, but every time I go to Qdoba, there's an actual Mexican in the back on the grill.
Oh, that makes a
I
difference.
just say
to you.
Latino because they could be
Because it's supposed to be a
Guadalajara.
Mexican restaurant.
But you
so
act
I
like
want-
there ain't Mexicans in every kitchen. And
No.
There probably is a Mexican at McDonald's or a Latino. Let me not
But
say Mexican.
especially
If
in
you
Milwaukee.
are
Sorry,
saying that
was
you
I
are
hope
a
that's not racist.
But if you are saying that you are a Mexican restaurant, I expect someone's abuelita to be in the back
Oh boy.
taking care
I
of
wish it was somebody's
There's
grandma in the back
definitely
there.
no
Okay?
abuelitas back
That's
there.
going to be so good.
Do you see what I'm
okay?
saying? Like, but with that, the fact that I know that there is a Mexican out there putting the authentic seasonings on the chicken the way it's supposed to be, I like my food that way.
I think they
Okay.
marinate the chicken. That's the
Yeah, I
difference.
think it's
That's
the
why yours
marinade.
doesn't taste like
It
theirs does
doesn't.
at home.
My bourbon chicken does not taste like Cajun place because theirs is always better. I'm like, what kind of
It's
chicken
the bourbon
is
they
this?
use it.
It's the
Nah,
thigh.
it's that chicken they sit in buckets to
It's the
marinate
bourbon.
all night.
You
Don't
gotta use
say
different
that.
bourbon.
No, I don't want to eat it. You said they throw it in buckets.
Well,
You just
I
have
do what you gotta do.
I'll pray over it so God will
Okay.
have to that, honey.
buckets of chicken.
Shauna, what's your question?
My hot
Oh, you
question.
said you was eating some Qdoba?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I think I was playing catch up on some of my shows. I started watching a show called Rap Shit.
Yeah,
Oh
it's good.
yeah, I
It's
got
an Issa
I gotta
Rae
watch
show.
that.
Yeah, I watched episode 1 and 2. I need to watch 3.
Yeah, I'm not really. I mean, I'll try it.
It's good.
Okay.
It's good.
I was
Alright.
only waiting for P Valley to come on. So
Oh boy.
That comes on today.
no, but if you got the Stars app,
yeah.
you can watch it at midnight.
Or you can watch it
Oh.
on demand.
Oh wow.
Same difference.
Oh wow.
But I had to watch it because the way the last one ended, I had to.
Speaking
find
of
out.
P Valley, have you watched The Dirty D?
I have not, and everybody keeps bringing that up.
It is so good. I watched it Friday at the salon.
Is it like P Valley?
It's definitely not like P Valley because it's about a club and bottle girls. It's not about strippers.
But if you really pay attention to P Valley is not always about strippers.
it's horrid acting, but the storyline.
Most
is
what channel does
so-
it come on?
It's on Tubi.
That's
the
okay.
storyline is so
Tubi,
good,
what in
yeah.
the
Or
world?
app. Okay. As much as we give Tubi
I
hell,
like Tubi. They
okay?
have some really
Tubi
good
has
stuff.
been letting our black people eat.
Yes.
I'm just saying, every single show on Tubi is 97% a black cast, black director, black because Milwaukee's own Swift Motion has at least 4 movies on Tubi.
And I think they're
Yeah,
doing
my
one
uncle
now.
said there was a movie from his childhood friend on Tubi.
Shoot, I want to do a Tubi movie.
It just be some of the movies is so the epitome of ratchet. Like there was
and
one that
that's
was
what I
on
want
there.
to see. I want to make a.
There was
ratchet
something
movie.
about scamming of the PP loan. I cannot remember
It's
what
called
the,
PP Long.
it's called.
It's called PP Long Gone Wrong.
That's what it is. I
Yeah.
could not remember of it, but it was like
And
y'all.
it's actually good actors in that movie, and it's actually a really it's a ghetto movie, but
They
it's good
all
acting.
ghetto movies.
It's either bad acting with a good storyline or
It's a bad
a bad
story
storyline with good actors.
with actors you know.
Wow.
Like it's
Because on the Dirty D, and we can go on the Dirty D, she called the police, and I counted it was 12 seconds before they showed up. I said, hell no. Come, could you come? She at my door. I counted it was 12 seconds. The police there.
oh man.
it's just saying if
That's
you
movie magic.
if you want to support the black arts,
Download Tubi for free.
go get Tubi. And if you want to pay for some stuff, get All Black. All Black is a better quality of Tubi, but there's a lot of shows on there that'll be like I was watching Millennials, and it's actually a really good show.
Oh,
And
Lord,
watch
I cannot.
the Sandman on Netflix. Pretty good.
Also, BET Plus have some good.
I heard it's some good shows.
It's
on
some good show
BET
because I was
Plus.
watching Carl Weber's Family Business.
I heard, and
It's
it's a
actually
show with Yolanda Adams on there. That's good. I heard.
yeah. Yolanda Adams has one on there. Then their sisters. I hate
Sisters is awful.
I hate their acting,
I
but
heard the
two-
storyline must be good.
two particular characters has me wrapped into it. So I
Okay.
watch it every week for just those two.
Mm-mm.
They about to get their own spinoff, so I don't have to keep watching Sisters anymore.
Oh wow!
Mm-mm.
I can
I'm
just start
sorry.
watching their show. But I mean, Just support Black arts. Period. That's all I say. Just support
That's
Black
what you were
arts.
doing at 11. Just support Black arts.
What were you
Black
doing?
and Mexican arts.
What were
Because
you
that
doing?
QW was good.
I was supporting my
I
people
know.
of color.
Yeah.
I think I was either watching The Sandman.
You have been pushing
or-
this show all day.
It's really good. Or I was finishing something else on TV. I have really, when I have free time, just really trying to get back into living in somebody else's life and not my own. And that's what TV is. It's my escapism. It's always been there for me. My mom used to say, like, you didn't need a babysitter because you should just watch TV. It was my escapism. And I've realized now that instead of me thinking about the stress in the world, I can live in somebody else's stress and live in their life and not deal with my own until I have to come back to it after that 30 minutes or hour. Like, let me get away for an hour. So it's become my escapism. So yeah, I was probably watching The Sandman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Was that your last question?
No, I got one more question.
Okay, go for it.
All right, my hot question. It's not that hot, but whatever. So Michelle Obama was PA staff alum. She was the executive director of the Chicago
Illinois.
Public Allies back in some time ago. But so she is a famous PA staff alum, and she once said, "When they go low, we go high." Do you agree with this? Do you think that's the best policy, or do you sometimes need to go low?
No, that is turn the other cheek in a new way of saying
personified.
it. But at the end of the day, sometimes you got to go where they are for them to understand that you just because I got on this nice suit don't mean I won't whoop your ass in the parking lot.
I think well from my what I got from that, what I get from that is it's not all the time meaning that you ain't got to check somebody. It's just that sometimes you can walk away and get somebody. I don't want to give away my tricks, but I tell people I play checkers. I don't play chess. I play Jenga. So I'm going to rip the whole thing down. So it's like, instead of me arguing with you, if I really have a problem with it, I'm going to tear you down to pieces. Like, there will be nothing of you left.
Okay, so you're going low.
I'm
with
going
the Jenga, huh?
low. So it's not like it's different situations sometimes. And when she said they, I think she was talking about anybody who's like an adversary of something that you believe in, like somebody hating you for like your race, your beliefs, your policies, something like that is spreading love and kindness rather than hate and propaganda. Then I think that's, something that you have to go high from. But if it's like your sister and brother, it's like when they arguing with you and fussing with you, walk away, do something different than what they're doing to try to change the situation,
Okay.
So I don't know. I might have to whoop my brother ass.
And sometimes you will.
I interpret that quote as, so if someone's like spreading lies about you, then you should go and maybe have a fundraiser for poor people or something.
Yeah, something to make yourself look better. Is that still going
like
high?
that's low. So then like how do you counter that? Like you're just trying to put good things in the world because you know that.
Yeah.
So it's not even centering anything around
or just don't even
particular
think about
people's
it.
Actions. It's like, okay, well, I'm not even think about you. I'm gonna like put good in the world. That's high.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
So are we ready to delete something for the week?
Yes, I am deleting restlessness. Period, point blank.
Oh man.
What are you leaving here, Shauna?
I am deleting excessive and destructive behavior before the school year hits
the word excessive is so abusive.
It's a little extreme, isn't it?
It is a little extreme.
Okay, maybe I didn't mean excessive,
but thank you guys for listening to episode 43.
Hey,
4 and a 3.
4 and a 3.
4 plus 3 equals what?
7.
7. That's why it's my favorite number.
Brain stopped working.
I put it out. I arrowed it. I'm like 7.
Oh wow!
And that's why it's one of my favorite numbers.
Mine's is 9.
Nice.
Because it's 7 days a week. But thank you for tuning in to Download and Delete. We'll see you later. Bye.